Okay. The next thing on Adam's agenda was zoning map. I requested an update from Mr. Whittaker on the status. During our last conversation, he stated the city would receive them soon. I'll notify Shirley when they arrive.
I think that's the same report we had last time, isn't it?
I think so too.
It was supposed to be soon.
The Winchell property. The council will be acting to possibly approve a contract with Schuck Brinson to hire Craig German as our, I think German, I don't know, as our structural engineer at the next meeting. Our hope is to get him in this month. The application for the Keep Iowa Beautiful grant has been submitted. I understand that we may start to get some response in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and I'll just note that planning and zoning just sent a letter of support, as well as my office and Laura's office, everybody else. So, okay, the application for grant funds to remove the asbestos has not been submitted yet. This will only occur if the city takes ownership, not SDC. I have a meeting this week with Steve Irwin and Mike Ketchum to clarify the relationship that the city and SDC will serve in this project. The grant for the inspection and asbestos removal is only applicable to cities and counties, not any other organizations or individuals. So
we know that, and we talked about it just acting as a pass-through.
okay.
Yeah.
And not taking permanent ownership, but acting as a pass-through to another.
That you'll have to work out with that state agency.
Right.
Because I haven't looked that close. I didn't bring my file on that one. But
In other words, we would own it only temporarily, I mean, for an application or something as a possibility. I'm not saying that that's for sure what we'll do, but we would sure look at being a pass-through.
okay, the other thing that I handed out to you was from Iowa Workforce Development that talked about they're working closely with Iowa Central Community College to develop curriculum in building deconstruction.
Yes.
Yeah. So part of this effort, we're trying to compile an inventory of buildings that are scheduled for demolition throughout the state. We're asking for assistance in putting this important inventory together. So I passed this on to Adam, thinking that this might be a way to take care of perhaps the one down by the VFW and some of those places too. So certainly if they're willing to come over and deconstruct them, I think we should.
Oh, take advantage of it.
Please.
The only problem is, once again, is some of these have no owner. As
Can't
of
take them
July
down.
1st, they have no owner.
Absolutely.
No owner whatsoever, according to the treasurer's office. So they didn't sell on the property, they didn't sell on the tax sale, and there's nobody that's taken any deeds to
Well,
them.
nobody owns them, and if it disappears.
Yeah, big storm comes through.
There you go. So, okay,
Does the county take position in it?
Yeah,
well,
they take precedence over the city, even in tax. If a property is sold, or if a property is,
Even if they don't want it.
yeah,
The county takes precedence.
well,
a lot
Ali's-
of times they'll give it or deed it over to the city because they don't want it either,
they were kind of dismayed because
just to put it back on the tax roll.
yeah, people didn't buy these properties on tax rolls, and I said, well, they're finally getting smart and taking a look at them before they go down to buy them, so, because there's anything there to buy. Okay, we talked about the Keep Iowa Beautiful grant, the Brownsville program, and other business. Sharon had one that I think, and I don't know whether
Well,
this is an issue.
What constitutes a single-family dwelling? How far does that go in a family? How many? How many cars can be parked in front of it?
I think we have an ordinance.
See, I think
That's-
it's,
The ordinance has to do if they're not running.
Where does that?
I think the cars have to be running. I don't think it
Oh, I
states a
don't-
number of cars.
So,
I think there's a number of
I
cars.
think there was
I
at one
think
time.
there was at one time too an ordinance that said that you could not put
Same way
a
with,
camper trailer
camper.
in your front yard.
it can be stored.
Well, that's something I need to look
Or
into.
it can be lived
Yeah,
in.
you
Write it
gotta
on a
find
piece of
those.
paper and give it to me.
As if I remember right, there were people that were served.
Number of cars,
Yeah, so.
campers.
So, anything else for the good of the cause? Are we going to need to meet in September, do we think?